Hi everyone. Welcome. This is Dr. Pam Obare Mogaka channel. I'm welcoming you to my channel, and today we are talking about issues affecting diaspora, and especially diaspora and Black people or Black Africans here in diaspora. I'm just gonna touch different issues that are affecting us here, and how can we help ourselves and help our children and the children and their children and their great grandchildren that will be coming behind us. One of the biggest thing that I'm seeing since we are living in this post-COVID or COVID and Black Lives Matter, so there's so many things that have come into my mind, and one thing that I see that is a problem, especially with the Black people of America and us Africans, is that we have to move from the issues that are affecting us and see how can we change those issues that are affecting us so that they will not affect our children and their children to come. So first thing is that we need to sit down and see how we can set a pace for our children, in that we can build wealth for them, in that we can make sure that they have education, make sure that they are equipped socially, mentally, physically, and emotionally. They're equipped to face the world in front of them. That is one of the biggest things. And I always talk about having a well-rounded child, a child who is economically aware what is happening. The children should learn about saving as the earliest age. I know my daughter, she usually has a little jar. She saves her money. She counts every day. She knows if you loan, like one time she loaned me some dollars. She keeps asking me about them. So I have to give that back, the dollars. They have to know that you earn money. You earn money. So we have to teach them at an early age. So emotionally, we have to teach them to know that there are people around the world, or their friends are surrounding them. They get emotionally affected if you don't say good stuff to them, or if you don't think how they feel when you say certain things. So we have to teach them emotionally to empathize with people, with other human beings. The other thing is we have to teach them to be mentally stable, in that they know that the world they're going to face is not going to be an easy world, but they're going to survive anyway. These are the tools to help you survive. And spiritually, this is very key, especially to African Americans and to Africans. We have to spiritually ground our children to know that there's a power that is higher. There's somebody up there who is looking over them. There's somebody who they can be answerable. Because let me tell you something. Parents can fail you, friends can fail you, family can fail you, but when the children know that they can count on God, I'm not even going to say spiritual power, I'm going to say they can count on God, because God is the one who gives us power, He's the one who protects us. When they know that, if everything fails, they can always know that they can count on that. We should, we have from 0 to 12 years. Those are the years that we have to mold our children. We have to make sure that those years we are close with our children. We teach them what we want them to be in life. And this is a biggest thing in diaspora, especially diaspora Africans. We work so much. We work 16 hours every day. We spend very little time with our children. You find that our children are mostly either in daycares, they are with friends who are taking care of them. So somebody else is molding your child if you are not there, because children, they're like sponge. During the initial years, they're like sponge. They always get information. If they get information, the wrong information, it's going to code in their subconscious mind, and they will know that is the right thing. If we teach our children, our girls, you are beautiful. You don't need a man to validate you. You are beautiful the way you are. If you get a man, you are going to work together. He's going to respect you. You're going to respect him. Okay? We have to teach our children at a younger age to understand that that is very, very important. The other issues that is affecting our people, especially here in diaspora, is not leaving anything. God forbid something happens to you. Let's talk about you die or something happens to you. One of the biggest problem, especially our Africans, is insurance. They never want to have insurance for their families, just in case they part. Let me tell you, most of the white people, most of the Arab people, most of these, most of the other people who are not Africans, who are not blacks, they have insurance. And God forbid if they died, they leave something for their children. Some leave for them over 100,000, some leave for them over 500,000, some leave for them even 1 million to start life with. And let me tell you, that is why you hear people talk about intergenerational wealth. What is intergenerational wealth? Is wealth passed from the children to their children, passed from parents to their children. So tell me, a child who is starting life with $1 million and a child who is starting life with minus 100,000, if they are students, they go to school, they don't have to pay. If they get that money, they don't have to pay loans. They don't have to take loans to pay their school. So they get that money. They have a head start. They can finish college. They don't have to pay nobody loan. They don't have to pay nobody, money back. So they start their life. And then they can also invest for their children. You see, that is why it is called intergenerational wealth. They get it from their parents and they pass it on. And that happens mostly with white people, even poor white people. They know about the insurance. You'll be shocked. I have some of friends that I know, or some of my patients who say, oh, my mom left for me 200,000. My mom left, even those poor people, my mom left for me 300,000. Left for me, I have 1 million. So you know that when they leave this for them, it helps them to start. And us as Africans, us as diasporans, we need to start thinking about that. The biggest problem I know we have is that the people who sell these policies, and I've said that before, the people who sell this policy, the life insurance, the insurances, they do not have enough education to teach people and tell them the reason why you take this policy is because of such. And actually, some of these policies, guys, they have a way that you can take a loan from them, you can borrow from them and use and return the money. And that is how some people use that money. But the people sell the policies, and that is why it is very important for those Africans who are selling insurance policies, life insurance, term or no term, explain to people why you are selling this and the benefits. And if you really explain to people to understand, even just the basic term life insurance is so good for people so that they can leave something for their families. So that is one of the biggest problems we have in diaspora, and I think that we are going to tackle that. And I think with more conferences, with more education, it is going to help our people. One thing is that most of us don't think about the generation. We are so selfish. It is about us. It's what can I... sometimes I look at people and say, somebody buys Gucci, I don't know, Gucci purses or these other purses for $2,000, $3,000 just for a purse. Okay? A purse for $3,000. Do you know if you bought land, even in Africa, if you bought land for $3,000 and invest on it, that is investment you can use for your retirement. That is investment you can leave for your children. That is investment. You buy a purse for $3,000. You work overtime. You're not able to see your children because you're working overtime and overtime to make that three. And that is somebody who is earning $15 an hour. Okay? So actually, rich people are very careful how they spend their money. They're very, very careful. They have a formula that every money has a place. They just don't go spend or go buy a dress. Everything has a point. This is going here, this is going here, this is going here. If it's 3,000 you're earning a month, 2,000 is going here, 1,000 is going here, the other 1,000 is going here. They have a way, they have every cent counts. That is why you find that they go far in terms of investment. They have a habit. They learn at an early age. These are things they discuss in their dining tables when they're eating dinner. As Africans, we don't. We don't discuss this. And we need to start discussing things like this in our dining tables. Telling our kids about money, about spending, about this. What are you investing? Where are you investing? Learning about stocks. Young people learn quickly. Like now they have online free classes about learning about stocks and all these kind of things. We should open our children to learning new stuff and also telling them to pursue their talent, their vision, what they really love. Because for us Africans, we keep on telling our kids, you have to become a doctor, you have to become a doctor. Yes, I'm a doctor. But if the child doesn't have a passion to become a doctor, you're wasting time telling this child to become a doctor, because he will not. Let them do what they love to do. Ask them, see what they like to do. If they like, playing around with computers and unscrewing stuff and doing things like that, push them towards that place. If they like chemistry, they like all these things and research and all this, push them to that place. So it is our responsibility to look at our children and see what they want and support them. If your children likes to, I've seen some of the kids who go to acting, and they do so well because that is their talent. Comedy, that is their talent. So we as Africans, we have to nurture our children towards something they love to do and work on them to support them so that they can use that for the future. The other thing for us diasporans is starting business. That is another thing. Starting business. Most people who do so well have their own business. They are not employed by anybody. They are having their own business. But also on the business, you have to be very careful who you have to do business with. I was watching in one of the social media places. One lady said she gave somebody 19K to buy her a truck, and the person has disappeared with the money and has disappeared with the truck. We don't do things here in the USA. We don't do things the way we used to do them in Africa. You trust somebody, you say, okay, I trust this person is going to do this for me and going to do this for me. In America, people don't trust somebody. You have to get a lawyer. And when you get that lawyer, you have to sign contracts. Just in case somebody doesn't do what they said they do, there is a court of law to take those people. So doing things under the table will not help you. You can lose a lot of money. And especially for ladies, do not mix business with friendship with benefits. You understand what I'm saying? Do not mix business with friends with benefits, because somebody will take advantage of you. Especially if you are a single lady and this man has interest in you and they'll tell you, oh, I'm going to buy for you this, I'm going to do for you this, bring the money. Please don't use your emotions when you're dealing with people, especially money you have worked so hard for. You need to make sure that if you are giving somebody anything that you can't afford to lose, you have a contract somewhere, somebody has to sign for it somewhere, just in case they bring a problem, you can sue them and you can follow with that. That is very, very key, ladies. Very, very key. You have to learn that your hard-worked money, you just can't give it to somebody like that. Another thing in diaspora that we need to work on is going to school. Most people say, oh, why do I have to go to school? For me, I would say business, as I said, I've said earlier, business is good. But you can have, your children should have, especially the children, let them have the first degree of something they love. If they don't want to pursue master's, PhD, let them have that backup. If they have that backup, just in case things don't go well with the business, they have something to back up. So they can do business, if that is what they love, but let them have a degree in that business. Just in case they start a business, it doesn't work, they have something to fall back. They're young. Another 4 years will not mean anything. They're young. Okay? So we are the eyes and the brains of our children. Whatever we do, our children are watching. That's another thing. You tell your children, go study, go study. You yourself, you've never gone to anybody's classroom. You yourself, you don't even know value of education. So you have to, the children usually do not do what you tell them to do. They do what they see you doing. Okay? If they see you spend so much time on TV, that's what they want to do. Because you do it. If they see you are that is why you see actors, their children become actors. Actors or actresses. The children become the lawyers. Mostly their children want to become lawyers. Because you are the first example for your children. Moms, dad, you're the first example. Dad, you're the first example of your daughter. She wants to see how you treat your mom, her mom. If you treat her mom well, she knows her husband is supposed to treat her well like that. If you abuse her mom, she's going to know that moms are supposed to be abused. So she would also end up in an abusive relationship. So you have to be very careful what you do in front of your children. If you're a loving, caring, the children will see. The children, you don't have to tell them. You don't have to tell them. They would see what you are doing. So you have to be very careful what you're doing, the examples you're showing your children, especially in diaspora. If you're working 16 hours every day and the TV is raising your children, that is what the children will learn. So you have to be careful whatever you're doing. What are you doing towards supporting your children? Because sooner or later you're growing older and your children are the ones who are going to be the ones to carry your torch. What kind of torch are you going to leave for them? That is what you have to ask yourself. What are you leaving for them? I see sometimes, like I saw some lady fighting with her daughter on social media. How do you even do that? Don't. Sometimes, let me tell you, our kids have issues they're dealing with. Sometimes all they need is love, just pure love. They need you to know that they are there. Sometimes when I come home, I can look at my kids and say, this one, she needs a hug. Or this one just needs just 5 minutes. They don't need so much. 5 minutes. Sometimes they just want to discuss an issue that was bothering them. Once you spend with them those 5 minutes, you give them and sometimes I throw away my phone. I mean, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm just saying sometimes I'm like, you know what, leave that phone. I leave intentionally my phone in the car when I come in the house because sometimes there's so much. I am a celebrity. I'm a diaspora celebrity. I am an influencer. I am a motivational speaker. So many people are on my inbox. So many people are calling me. So sometimes I have to intentionally leave my phone in the car so that when I come in the house, I spend time with my children. During the weekend, sometimes people call me. I don't answer the phone. You are the first example how people treat you. If somebody calls you in midnight or 1 in the morning and you pick that phone, they will be calling you that time, every time. So as diasporans, we are the first example how people treat us. So if somebody calls you over the weekend, I tell people, unless it is very special, I don't answer people calls over the weekend. I want to spend time with my children. I want to spend time with myself. Sometimes you need to spend time with yourself. Just take a walk every day. Unless, even I have Achilles tendon. I still walk every day. I walk. That is the me time. I spend time with myself and reflect and look back and dream. Eh? All of us need to do that. Just sit back and just take a 10 minutes walk for yourself. You deserve it. In diaspora, we work so hard. You barely have any minute to yourself. Working double, coming home, working, cleaning. We don't have maids. Cleaning, cooking. Eh? Before you know it, homework for the kids. Before you know it, you are going. So we have to be the first example how we treat ourselves. And people will treat you. Sometimes it's okay to say no. It is okay. There's nothing wrong in saying no. You can't do everything in this world. Sometimes you have to say no. And saying no to something you don't like is okay. If somebody doesn't like you, it is okay. Because when you say no, when next time you say yes, they know you mean yes. You can't be a yes, yes, yes person. You have to say no. And then people will respect when you say yes. They know that yes is so important. They know that yes, it is a sacrifice. Are we together? It is a sacrifice. So thank you so much, guys. At least I've viewed most of the things that I wanted to talk about. I want us to think about our children. Think about the future of our children. Think about those habits that are going to take us to the next level. Once we do that, once we know that, we'll go so far. As this is as a wind up, this is Dr. Pam. Share this video. It's going to help somebody. And it is never late to start anything. Guys, it is never late to start anything. Keep working towards your dream. Keep dreaming and everything will fall in place. Thank you so much, Dr. Pam Obare Mogaka. Thank you all the way from USA. Thank you. I love you guys. Be blessed. Bye.